Hello students, in previous lecture we have already discussed about the alternative market system. Means we discussed about the meaning of the alternative market system. Likewise we also discussed the measures which is taken by the government. Means why there is a need of the government intervention in the market system to improve the market system as well as to improve the condition of the farmers. With the help of the some measures we have already discussed all these things. Students, in this section we are going to take the more information about the alternative marketing channels. Students, the alternative marketing channels, it is realized that if the farmers directly sell their production or their product to the consumers, then it may be increases the income of the farmer. See here, if the farmers directly sell their production of the food grains to the consumers, then it increases the income of the farmer. Students, there are some examples of the alternative marketing channels. First one is Apni Mandi, second one is Harabsar Mandi, third one is Raitu Bazaar, and fourth one is the Uzhavar Centers. Means these are the channels where the farmers directly sell their products to the consumer and which helps to the farmers increase their income. So in our India, the Apni Mandi, which is situated in Apni Mandi, this bazaar is situated in Punjab, Haryana and the Rajasthan. And Harabsar Mandi, which is situated in Pune. And Raitu Bazaar, it is the bazaar of the Raitu Bazaar, it is the bazaar of the vegetables and the fruits which is situated in Andhra Pradesh and Telangana. And the Uzhavar Sandals, it is the farmers market students, the Uzhavar Sandal, it is a farmers market and which is situated in the Tamil Nadu. Means all these are the national and the international channels, or all these are the national or the international alternative market channels, and which contacts with the farmers. Why the channels contacts with farmers? Because the channels helps to encourage the cultivate farm products. Means these channels helps to farmers, means they encourage the farmers to cultivate the farm product, means to cultivate the fruits, vegetable, and also the channels providing the quality seeds and the other inputs. Means these channels provide the quality seeds to the farmers, or likewise the fertilizers or some chemicals which is necessary for the production of the food grains. And likewise, all these channels they assure to the procurement of the produce. How? At the pre-decided prices. So it is helps in the reducing price risk of the farmers, as well as the channels helps in to expand the market for the farm product, means the fruits, vegetable, food grains, etc. etc. So all these are the examples of the alternative marketing channels, and where the farmers directly sell their product to the consumer, and which increases the income of the farmer. So students, in your examination, this question will be asked, means they ask you, give the examples of the alternative marketing channels. For the 2 marks, they ask this question, that time you should write the answer. The examples of the alternative marketing channels are, first one, Apni Mandi. In bracket you should write the Punjab, Haryana and Rajasthan. Second one is the Harapsar Mandi. In bracket you write the Pune. Raitu Bazaar, the vegetables and the fruit market in the Andhra Pradesh and the Telangana. And the Ujjaval Sandals. It is the farmers market in the Tamil Nadu. So for the 2 marks, you should write all these examples of the alternative marketing system. Then next concept is diversification into the productive activities. Students, the diversification in productive activities, which is includes, means it includes into the 2 aspects. First one is see students, the diversification into the productive activities. It includes into the 2 aspects. First one is the diversification in productive activities, which relates to the change in the cropping pattern. And second one is it relates to the shift of the workforce from agriculture to the other allied activities. Other allied activities means here, for example, the livestock, poultry, fisheries, and also the non agricultural sectors. So students, the diversification into the productive activities, which relates the two aspects. Then why we need for the diversification? Because much of the agricultural activities which are concentrated in the Kharif season, but during the Rabi season, means in the areas where there are the inadequate irrigation facilities, so it is difficult to find the gainful employment. So therefore the expansion of into the other sectors, it is essential or it is a need for the diversification. Then why we need for the diversification? First of all, we need the diversification See students, why we need the diversification? Because the diversification, it reduces the risk of the agricultural sector. Means here it reduces the price risk of the farmers. Secondly, the diversification of the productive activities which provide the livelihood option to the rural people, and it also provides the supplementary gainful employment to the rural people. And last one is the diversification realizing the higher level of the income for the rural people to overcome the problem of poverty. Means here, all of you know, in our India, there are the so many agricultural activities. They are concentrated in the Kharif season and during the Rabi season. In the some area, there are no irrigation. Means there is inadequate water facilities. So there are so many people are there, they are unemployed in that season. So it is difficult to find the gainful employment. So expansion into the other sector, it is essential to provide the supplementary gainful employment to the rural people. Likewise, realizing the higher levels of the income to the rural people. Why? Because to overcome the problem of the poverty. So there is also need to focus the allied activities. Here the allied activities means, all of you know, the livestock, poultry, fisheries. These are the allied activities, and there is a need, or there is a necessary to focus on these activities. Why? Because these allied activities may be provided the employment opportunities or livelihood option to the rural people. So students, here the many other options they are available for to providing the sustainable livelihood in the rural areas. Means some possesses the dynamic linkages that permit the healthy growth, while the other areas in the subsistence, the low productivity proportions. So dynamic subsectors, which includes the agrochemicals or agro-processing industries, food processing industries, leather industries, tourism. So these sectors have the potential, but the seriously lack of the infrastructure facilities and the other traditional home-based industries, the pottery or craft handlooms. So majority of the rural women, they are engaged in the agriculture, while men are generally maybe look for the non-farm employment. So these are the questions in front of the rural people. Means they have not work for to livelihood, and there are the no employment opportunities in the rural areas. So many peoples, they migrate into the other place to search the work or to search the job. So if we wanted to the development of the rural areas, then there is a need for the diversification. Means there is a need to change the cropping pattern of the farmers, and also we maybe stop the shift of the workforce from the agricultural sector to the other allied activities, means the livestock, poultry, fisheries, and the non-agricultural sectors. So students, this is all about the alternative marketing channels and the diversification into the productive activities. In your examination, they may be asked you for the 2 mark. Give the meaning of alternative market and what are the examples of the alternative marketing channels. And for the 4 mark, they may be asked the question, why there is a need for the diversification into the productive activities. Then that time you should write the answer. The diversification in productive activities which reduces the risk of the agricultural sector. Means it help in the reducing price risk of the farmers. It provided the livelihood option to the rural people. It also provided the supplementary gainful employment to the rural people, and the diversification which realize in the higher level of income for the rural people to overcome the problem of the poverty. Hope all of you understood all these concept. Thank you.